You lied to her.
I did.
You told her A and then you did B. And then you did C, D, and E.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Grim. Today we're going to be meeting with a girl who is on Dr. Phil because she has ran away 10 separate times starting at the age of 10, and she's only 15 years old. So we're going to get into it and see why she has been running away. Make sure you keep watching to the very end because actually she is not the main problem of this situation. I'm just going to say that right now, but I don't want to spoil too much. So without further ado, let's just get into it and meet this family.
But I wanted to talk just among adults first. The problem that you guys have described is she's running away repeatedly.
So first things first, the parents are like, all right, the problem is her, okay? She keeps running away and we keep telling her to not do it, but she keeps doing it. Why don't you think of what the root of the true problem is and why she has been running away? Because there's no reason that a normal teen is running away 10 times in 5 years. Like, that is just not normal. There's clearly something going on, and I think they both know what's going on. They don't give her much love or attention at all, which is kind of the common denominator when you find these people that are young and running away a lot.
I feel like some kids, you know, turn to, or I don't know, some do art and her thing is running away. That's her getaway, her go-to.
So at least the mom is kind of chill about it. She's like, yeah, she does it. You know, some kids, they'll make little art and some kids will go and do bad stuff. But I guess her, she likes running away. I don't know why. Like, open your eyes, woman. Clearly something is not going on good at home. Maybe it's you and your husband, who is not this girl's biological father. We're gonna meet him later, but he's an absolute piece of work. Literally 3 seconds into this video, in the montage section, the girl talks about the fact that he has clocked her in the mouth as a punishment, which is just like, dude, how do you do that and then be like, oh, why is she running away? Maybe because you're hurting her. Yo, really quick, you guys, there is a large chunk of you that watch my videos that are not subscribed. I really don't know what's up with that, but if you're enjoying the videos and you have a second, drop down below the video and hit subscribe. You might even want to hit that bell as well if you want to stay up to date on my uploads, but I really appreciate it. Anyways, back into the video.
You think the running away is a symptom? You think it's a problem? What's your view?
I believe it's her getaway too.
And what's sad is they don't even really care at this point. They just want her to be somewhat safe, but they don't care if she's there or not because she's running away so often. You know what they did? Instead of getting her, I don't know, counseling or trying to talk with her themselves, they just installed a giant beefy security system to try to catch her before she runs away. It's like some people don't know the very basics of parenting. Like, relate to your child on a real level, give them some attention and some actual love, and I'm sure it would do wonders.
Took your phone for a year?
Yeah.
Does anybody even remember why after 3 or 4 months?
Yeah.
So that's the other thing. These parents are insane. They go through her phone, which I heavily disagree with. Like, if you can't trust your kid with a phone, just don't let them have it. But that is a sign of just total disrespect, going through your child's privacy like that. And not only that, but they took away her phone for a whole year.
Why are you running away?
I run away because I don't like to be at home. I feel
Well, I figured that much.
stuck.
So in her own words, she feels stuck. And maybe that's because she has this blended family, which is already difficult enough. And for those who don't know, a blended family is when two people who already have kids get together. This guy has 3 biological sons of his own, I believe, who I'm sure he doesn't clock in the mouth, to be honest. I bet you she gets some very preferential treatment because she's not his. But that's already tough enough for her to deal with. And then she's also a teenager, which is just a tumultuous time for anyone's life. So of course she's going to be freaking out and stuff. And look, I'm not denying that there are 2 sides to this coin. I'm sure she is a very difficult child to raise, and this mother had her at the age of 16, so she's not necessarily old enough to know how to parent that well anyways. But you'd think you'd be at least open-minded enough to realize that this girl simply just needs some love and attention. I'm gonna keep saying that, but this really is the core root of this problem, and maybe they need to stop hitting her in the mouth as well. That would be a great start.
Is there some like great thing out here you're running towards? Like you want to be in the circus or something? What are you running towards?
I guess nothing. I guess I'm running away.
And that's the sad thing. She's literally running away with no plan just because that's the only option she thinks she has in this situation where she lives. She absolutely hates her stepdad, which is honestly very justified. If him hitting her wasn't enough and him just being a total piece of trash human, wait till you hear what's going on a little bit later. It'll give you another reason to hate this guy. But yeah, I mean, clearly she is not having an end goal in sight. She's just trying to get out of that situation. And that is the only way that she has dealt with this trauma in her life, is running away.
So the 2 of you have an apartment and you look at her and you say, you know what? It's just us, you and me, right?
And the mom has a breakdown on stage because she has all this guilt over the fact that when she first got a divorce from her original husband, or the father of this girl, they got their own apartment, just them two. And she said, you know what? We're going to focus on ourselves. We're going to make sure we have a great time and we are loving each other and we don't need any men in our lives. We can just be us. And then like 4 months later, all of a sudden this new stepdad comes around and he's just a total piece of work. And clearly she prefers her life with him versus her life with her daughter. That's why the daughter has taken a back seat and hasn't really been focused on. And then she's like, oh, why is she running away? It's almost like I don't pay any attention to her. And the only way we respond to her runaways is negatively. That's another thing I want to bring up, which is just totally mind blowing. You want to know what they've done every time she runs away? I mean, obviously you have to contact the police, but they almost antagonize the police into having a aggressive response. She has been held at gunpoint because of one time when she ran away. They had her on the front of the car and like threw her into a fence, bro. You know how traumatic that is as well? Like that's the one response you get from your parent. You don't even hear from them. Instead, they call the cops. That is just not how you handle that situation. I understand you need the law to be involved in case she actually is missing. That's scary. If you just do it that negatively every single time, she's going to, of course, want to run away even more and try to make it official that time by never coming back.
Within 3 months, 90 days, you're pretty seriously involved with him. You lied to her.
I did.
And it shows also that this woman just does not have the ability to support herself, this mom. I mean, she's a young parent, and I understand that is incredibly difficult, but you don't make a promise to your kid that you're gonna focus on each other and on her most importantly when you really desperately need to. And then 3 months later, which I found out it's actually like less than 90 days, they were pretty serious and he was moved in. You're like, oh, got a new man, and also he might hit you when you act up and make you wanna run away, but you know what? I love him, so he's gonna move in. Like, what a great mom. Didn't I tell you guys the more we watch this, the more you would understand from the girl's point of view? Like, I'm not supporting running away either, by the way. I don't want to make that statement. That is one of the most dangerous, stupid things you could do. There's just so many ways that can go wrong, and really, that is not the best option unless you just see no other way out. But I mean, clearly this girl is trying to do it to make her mom wake up and realize what she needs to do as a parent, and it's not working.
And then you bring him in, and then you just have a whole new family. And then I'm just sitting over here. I'm just sitting over here to the side.
And man, I didn't even really consider this angle either, but that's a really tough way to look at it as well. You got this new guy who comes around with his 3 young boys who are like, of course, going to be taking up this woman's attention 24/7. That's a lot of children to take care of right now. And of course, when they're younger, they need even more attention. But I'm sure this girl feels almost exiled by her mom. She went from 3 months ago saying, it's you and me, we're in this together, to now you're kind of on the back burner and I'm focusing on being a mom to these 3 kids that I'm not even biologically in charge of. Like, it just doesn't make any sense, and this woman needs to wake up before it's too late and this girl really does run away for good. So now as we close out, I want to get into a touchy subject, but one of the biggest reasons why this girl runs away and why she probably hates her living situation and this just terrible D-bag of a stepfather. They don't really get into it in great detail, but I'm sure we can understand just from the context what they're talking about. But basically, she had something very traumatic happen to her at the age of 9, and that is right before she started running away, which is a big red flag. But the cherry on top, the stepfather did not believe her claims when she said this traumatic thing happened to her and said she was just lying to get out of it or to have an excuse for why she was doing it, which is just the most flippant, stupid, idiotic thing you could say. Look, man, I understand you think it's cool to pop your kid in the mouth to discipline them. You are a terrible trash human being, but you don't ever deny someone when they bring up something like that, okay? That is just destroying this girl's mental well-being, and it's a reason why she's running away over and over. She hates your guts, and frankly, I do too. You're an absolute freaking loser, bro. And listen to people when they make claims like this, because they're doing that in seriousness. Like, there is a reason she's running away, bro. She's hurting.
Now I'm just stuck on like how to include her. I mean, the way that you're putting it makes it seem like she's not included in our family.
Because she's not. She truly isn't. You just like call the cops on her when she runs away, and then you give her reasons to run away when she gets back. It's kind of crazy how that works. Like, stop the fake tears and tell your hubby and the father of these new 3 stepkids that you have that he needs to, 1, not disregard her claims when she brings up something major like that, and 2, hear her out and actually give her love and affection like a parent should. I feel like I've just been talking in circles this entire video, but it's like, dude, you guys know what you need to do, and it's so simple. Just be a good parent and include her in the family, and she'll stop running away. Thankfully, Dr. Phil gets this girl to commit to at least staying home for the next 60 days, and he has hopefully implanted some information in these parents to where they can really start trying to work out a better relationship with this girl. But I'm hoping that runaway number 11 does not happen anytime, because really, like I said, it's a dumb decision. There are just so many dangers to doing that. All it takes is some better communication and support from her family, so hopefully they're able to provide that for her. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry it got a little serious there in the end, but you know what? That happens sometimes. As always, I'll see you guys in the next video, and until then, peace out.